What's up, peeps? How are we doing today? That is right. Yeah, we got one here today, and it's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, aka Ryan McBeth. I'm doing this one only because this video, well, if you know how subtle advertising is done and just kind of how to put your product out there, how to kind of subtly network a little bit, like that's kind of what the video comes off as. It comes off as almost a 6-minute ad for his company that he consults with, and I'll be leaving that in the video as well. But he's going to go over some ways that he knew that this guy was a Russian bot, which I'll fully admit he's not wrong. But at the same time, there's one very, very, very key point of information that I believe he himself even mentioned in one of his videos that he completely ignores, which should have been the first fucking indicator right away. But no, he's got to go all in depth and, point out how this is a more complex bot than it really is. But enough of me rambling. Let's see how he figures this out. Oh, and yeah, he says some shit about veterans that I'm gonna get on here. So, yeah, it is what it is.
I discovered another Russian bot on Twitter, and I've never seen anything like this before. Let me show you how I figured this out. This person's name is DeplorableVet84, and he claims to be from Texas and an Army vet of Afghanistan and Iraq and a Purple Heart recipient. The guy first came to my...
Now, let's back this up, because I know that was really, really quick. He points out everything. Where he's at, where he's from. But you know what he didn't point out? Joined March 2023. That should have been the first and only indicator for you that this motherfucker was a fake. I don't care what the fuck kind of information he's spouting, whether it's for or against my fucking point. Fact of the matter is, you gotta point out all this other fucking stuff about how he's saying he's a Purple Heart recipient, a veteran of Iraq and Afghanistan, and he's from Texas. Yet you completely gloss over the fucking fact that his join date is right there! Let's continue.
Purple Heart recipient. The guy first came to my attention when he put out a tweet questioning how anyone could support the war in Ukraine. And he mentions, I can't even barbecue anymore without being reminded on the smell of human flesh burning. So a couple of things are wrong with this sentence. Americans don't say cannot all that much, we say can't, so that was kind of weird. And then he says being reminded on the smell. I mean, maybe that's a typo, but I'm wondering if that's a mistranslation from Russian to English. It's just one of those things a foreigner might slip up when mentally translating.
I cannot watch a Ryan McBeth video without being reminded of the smell of bullshit. I'm American, Ryan. What do you got for that?
And then I realized what this person was trying to do was translate "Napominiat na zapaka."
Oh, look, he fucking had a Russian phrase in front of him and he probably practiced like a half hour. Ain't gonna lie, I do it too. Russian's a fucking hard language to fucking enunciate, especially if you're not used to the fucking types of tongue gymnastics Slavic languages fucking incorporate in their fucking languages, alright? But you're fucking sitting here posting some fucking rando-ass Ruski bullshit trying to fucking insinuate, hello, Anaheim, that'll fucking get into fucking play here in a little bit, but you're sitting here trying to speak Russian, trying to come off as a professional, which, again, we know you're not, dude. Which you dimed yourself out because you're trying to say, oh, I didn't know if he was a bot, when the fucking March 2023 thing should have fucking told you right away, yeah, this guy's definitely a fucking fake.
Which means reminiscent of the smell. But in Russian...
So, a grammatical fucking consistency in the Russian language is how you're able to determine this man is a bot. Not the fact that he started a Twitter account 6 to 3 months ago.
Na can mean of, or it can mean on. So Remember, this guy said he can't barbecue anymore because he's reminded of the smell. And I'll tell you something. I've lived in Texas. I was at Fort Bliss. Ain't no Texas boy gonna give up barbecue. If you don't eat brisket, you might as well turn in your guns and buy a Prius and put up a windmill. And incidentally, I personally have picked up burned body parts, some the size of chicken McNuggets. Do I look malnourished?
Really, dude? Like, I mean, let's be real. We know you didn't fucking deploy because you just dimed yourself out because you really don't look malnourished. But really, in the event that even if you did deploy, not everyone's fucking deployment was the same, guy. Odds are you were some fucking pogue-ass fobbit in Kuwait, or maybe in Anaconda. Maybe you spent some fucking time in the green zone, but I know for a fact your portly ass didn't spend any time outside the fucking wire. Like, dude, like for real. You're fucking sitting there saying, oh, well, he's from Texas, so just because he's seen some burned fucking bodies, he's not giving up barbecue. No, dude, no. You don't know what the fuck that man's been through, even though he's a bot. But still, even if he wasn't a bot, you don't know what that man's been through. You don't know what his fucking experiences are, and you're fucking sitting here having a fucking giggle laugh at it like it's some fucking... Like, dude, what if he actually did? What if he actually did have to, like, pick up charred fucking bodies and he can't fucking barbecue or smoke anymore because he's reminded of the fucking hair burning from the fucking human skin? Which, yeah, by the way, if you've ever smelled human flesh burning, it smells like hair. But no, here you are, fucking just portly as a motherfucker, smile on your face, grin from ear to ear, saying, oh, all deployments are the same. Nah, dude, nah, they aren't. I can fucking promise you, your fucking deployment was way different from my fucking deployment. I actually did get shot at, and I don't have a smile on my face when I fucking talk about it.
Oh, then I thought, all right, well, if this guy is really from Texas, he's going to talk about football, like real football, not whatever the heck this thing is up here. But the only mention of football is showing how many football stadiums it would take to hold illegal immigrants. And I don't care what kind of point you're trying to make. No Texan would ever show a picture of the LSU or Alabama stadiums.
Really? So you're going off of college football rivalries, which, I mean, yeah, they can get intense, especially in the SEC, but you're going off of college football rivalries and that he wouldn't show a different fucking stadium based on the fact that it's a rival fucking stadium. Buddy, I hate LA with every fucking waking fiber in my body. Fuck the Dodgers, fuck the Kings, alright? That doesn't mean I'm not gonna post fucking pictures of their stadium, alright? You're a fucking idiot. An idiot for even fucking insinuating something like that. Okay, if he's really that hardcore of a fan, maybe. Maybe he could be. And that's even if this guy was a real person, which we already know he isn't. But that's besides the fucking point, Ryan. That is way fucking beside the point, dude. Alright? Just because you're the fucking stadium of a rival fucking team doesn't mean I'm not gonna post fucking stadium pictures of your stadium if I'm trying to make a fucking point. Get that fucking bullshit the fuck up on out of here, dude.
Well, this dude has got to be Russian because they don't know how passionate Texans are about football and how much LSU and Alabama are hated. So,
wait. I know the fucking SEC hates everyone. I know Texas kind of has its own fucking rivalry, and Texas hates Texas. It's kind of like the Scotland of the United States. All right, but your Alabama and LSU, I thought they fucking hated each other. Like, I'm not even all that into fucking college football, and I know fucking Crimson Tide and them fucking Tigers are fucking, it's on site. It is on site. But apparently these guys are fucking teaming up to beat up on big old bad fucking Longhorn and A&M Texas. Dude, get the fuck up on out of here with that bullshit. Again, you're fucking tripping over your own words in a fucking product placement bullshit for fucking cybersecurity, which we're about to get into real quick. By the way, seamless fucking transition here if you know what to look for.
My suspicions were aroused. Now, I use this tool called Cyabra, which is able to inspect different social media accounts, social threat detection software. Some of you know I do occasional consulting for a company called Velocity. Velocity is a private intelligence agency. It's like Archer, but without the kinetic component. Yet.
Wait, buddy. Wait. Hold the fuck on. I thought this was a video about diming out a Russian fucking bot. Now you're talking about some of the programs you use and a cybersecurity consultant company that you consult for every now and again. And, oh yeah, your little Archer joke, I'm pretty sure it is like Archer, because if you've ever seen the show, you know how incompetent that government agency in particular is.
And they do intelligence research for the government and for private companies. I can tell you this, if you're a company and you haven't had a counterintelligence audit done, you're putting yourself at risk of insider threats and outside cyber attacks, so...
Uh-oh, wink, wink, nod, nod. If you haven't had a cybersecurity audit done, don't forget, we're over here.
You might want to close that loop with Velocity. Anyway, Velocity uses a tool called Cyabra for their social threat detection. So I fired up Cyabra and I added deployable Vet84 to their search tool. And here's what's interesting. This is a bot that behaves like a sophist. I've never seen that before. As you can see, this person is a 100% negative spreader, meaning every single thing this person says spreads negative sentiment. Every single thing. And their tweet output is prolific, to say the least. But look at profiles and activity. This person spends all day on Twitter. It's like literally their job to be on Twitter.
Buddy, we have phones. We have apps. You can literally be on Twitter all day. You don't need to sit at a fucking desktop and a monitor anymore. This isn't 1997. We're not running this shit off of fucking Windows Millennium Me anymore. Like, you can have access to your Twitter account 24/7. That's a very, very real fucking possibility. Alright? Like, you don't even need to be a bot to do that anymore.
Now, the time here is in UTC, so I converted it to Texas time. And this person started tweeting at 11 p.m. at night. You're starting your day of tweeting at 11 p.m. at night. Now, this might be indicative of someone who has a job in IT, or maybe they're an overnight janitor or something like that, or maybe a hospital worker that works overnight. But the amount of tweets that being put out, so we're talking about like 6 to 7, 8 tweets an hour. It's just not indicative of someone who is doing a job that would be doing a night job. So if you run the time backwards, you see the person starting at 7 a.m. St. Petersburg time, and they usually end at around 3 a.m. So I'm thinking here that this is a team effort. There's basically 2 people who are working this account, with maybe a shift change at around 6 p.m. so the night shift can take over. I haven't analyzed the text patterns to try to identify which person on the team is writing which posts, but you could do that with a Python script. It's trivial, and I don't have the time to do this right now. So
you don't have the time to do this right now, yet you have all the fucking time in the world to prop up your shitty little cybersecurity company and the tools they fucking use, and follow this guy to the point to where you've determined that this is a concerted team effort, possibly in St. Petersburg. I say possibly because he went off the St. Petersburg time zone, not the actual city itself. But claiming that they could be in that region, that it's a team effort, but you don't have time for this. I don't know, man. It sounds like you've got all the fucking time in the world. Oh, by the way, note that little fucking plate carrier that says press there in the bottom left-hand corner. That'll become important here in the next minute and 45. And one final note. You're sitting here critiquing the times where these tweets are posted, saying, oh, it's not, a normal human doesn't have this job. Buddy, coffee, I do believe the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, has sent tweets out that fucking late or that early in the morning, dude. Alright, so you're fucking sitting here you're seeing what you want to see. That's all you're doing. What's the phrase? I forget, but basically, when you go looking for something, you're going to find it even if it's not there. You know, when you go looking for trouble, trouble will eventually find you, and definitely not in the ways that you want it to have happen. I kind of butchered it, but you know, it's a very Soviet-esque way of doing things, where they're continually looking for a problem and they're not going to stop until they find one. McBeth, you say that you don't have the time to do it, yet you're literally doing it, posting a fucking 6-minute video about it.
In conclusion, this particular user, Deployable Vet 84, is 100% a Russian disinformation asset. If you subscribe to this asset, if you retweet stuff from this asset, you are being lied to and manipulated intentionally by Russia.
Look at how serious he got as soon as he starts saying that. Like, dude, no fucking shit. I could have fucking told you that by looking at March 2023 as the date he joined, alright? Like, I don't need all this fucking Cyabra, this fucking cybersecurity consultant bullshit. I know what you're fucking doing. You're just trying to get some extra fucking shekels for yourself, which is perfectly fine. I like shekels in my pocket, too. Money helps make the world go around, after all. But the way you're fucking doing it, and the way you're framing it, and the way you're phrasing it is not the fucking way to go about it.
Now, all that being said, independent journalism isn't cheap. I'm headed to Fort Campbell to do an air assault with the 101st Airborne and write a story about it, and I'm paying for it out of my own pocket. I'm headed there this Wednesday, so if you could toss me $5 on Substack or buy a t-shirt like my Department of the Boat People Navy t-shirt, I'd really appreciate it. It all goes to fund the channel and me doing this kind of investigative journalism. Thank you, guys.
You're not a journalist, buddy. You're not a journalist. I mean, you're a cybersecurity consultant. You're definitely a techie of some kind, but you're not a journalist. Like, get that word, get that label off of you right the fuck now. Because, like, even a 5-year-old in this day and age operating Twitter would have been able to tell all that fucking shit about that fucking guy being fake just straight from the fucking date, dude. But no, you gotta do all this complex shit. Gotta shout out your company so fucking subtly. Like, dude, if you want fucking your company to get extra work, just say you want your company to get extra work. Don't frame it in this crazy, like, oh, we're so good, super secret, and you know, way of doing things. Like, you're sitting here trying to provide information to the masses while at the same time pimping your fucking company, and you're not looking as good as you seem to think you are. Because anyone with even a base knowledge on what to look for and how to look for it, they're gonna dime you right the fuck out right away. And you know, that's all I've really got on this one. We're gonna end on this stupid little shitty face. Don't give this man money. Don't give this man money. Alright, this man, like, especially with how he was trying to fucking frame every deployment being the same. I'm sorry, dude. Not every fucking deployment is the same. There's a fucking meme out there that shows, you know, some of the females at a pool at Fob Anaconda, because they had a pool there at the airbase in Balad. You know, it's a pretty nice Olympic-sized pool, too, right? And it shows them, you know, sitting there having a fun time. All that stuff in their uniform, in their Army ACUs. And then it shows a bunch of fucking dudes in this bombed-out fucking building, you know, just sucking. Absolutely, like, and you can tell, like, they're dirty, it's grungy, it's all kinds of shitty, right? And it got them side by side. And it lets you know, right there at the top, it's captioned, Deployments. Experiences may vary. I mean, Ryan, good on you for being able to pick up human body parts and not be reminded of the smell every time you barbecue. I'm the same way, so I'm really not that bothered by it. But kind of like I said, anytime I talk about my encounters when I had contact with the enemy, it sure as shit is not with a fucking smile on my face like you did when you were fucking sitting there just trying to fucking hand wave this shit away. Because at the end of the day, you'd feel pretty fucking shitty if that guy wasn't a bot and he was an actual fucking person. And you fucking just said that about him. You're a piece of shit, dude. That's all I got.